It's tea time with Penn Badgley and Sophie Ansari, and this isn't your average Hollywood chat. The U-star is opening up about his past, his faith, his family, and yes, that viral Jennifer Hudson show dance moment that had the internet talking. This is Penn Badgley, as you've never seen him before, candid, self-aware, and surprisingly hilarious. Penn and his pod-crushed co-host, Sophie, kick things off with some nostalgia. "We just celebrated the 18th anniversary of Gossip Girl," she says with a grin. "Would you be open to getting the cast together on our podcast?" Penn laughs, taking a moment before answering. "No," he says flatly, "I don't think they would be game for it. But if they were willing to do it, sure, why not?" It's that signature Penn mix of honesty and humor, followed by a wink and a toast. "A maybe is a yes in my world," Sophie teases. The two admit it's wild that Gossip Girl still has a fan base nearly 2 decades later. It already feels retro. Why aren't they just taking selfies? Why aren't they posting everything? That tiny BlackBerry typing away, it's practically ancient tech. Speaking of throwbacks, there's another anniversary approaching. John Tucker Must Die turns 20 next year. And there's a sequel in the works, Sophie notes. Penn looks genuinely surprised. "I actually don't know that's true. I literally know nothing about it," he says, laughing. "But I guess that means the other Tucker didn't make the cut." The playful banter continues, as Sophie admits to pretending she didn't know who he was when they first met. "I did the thing people do out of anxiety," she confesses. "I said, 'Who? You look familiar.' But of course, I watched Gossip Girl religiously." Penn bursts out laughing. "You knew exactly who I was." "That's okay. I've had worse introductions." Their chemistry, as co-hosts and friends, is what makes Podcrushed such a hit, and now. Their new book, Crush More, is giving fans an even deeper look at their dynamic. The essay collection explores adolescence, friendship, and growing up in the age of constant performance. It's personal, Penn explains. There's a lot of vulnerability in there, not just funny stories, but real lessons. The book also touches on their shared Baha'i faith, which emphasizes unity and equality. People have joked online saying, "Is that a cult?" Sophie says, laughing. "For a while, I'd text Penn, 'Hey cult leader.' He loved it." Penn grins. "I thought it was hilarious." But seriously, it's not a cult. It's about peace, empathy, and community. All the things we need more of. The conversation turns to family. Penn recently welcomed twin boys, and his essay on fatherhood and masculinity is among the most heartfelt in the book. "What do you want to teach your sons about being men?" Sophie asks. Penn's answer is thoughtful. "I want to be an example," he says, "not to tell them what to do, but to show them that you don't have to fit into a mold. They should feel free to ask me anything, to be themselves without pressure." But will his kids ever watch you? Penn laughs. "Eventually, yeah, maybe when they're 17. It's intense. I'd like them to be old enough to really think about it before diving in." The topic of vulnerability brings up one of the most buzzed-about essays in Crush More, where Penn details filming intimate scenes for you. "Why include that?" Sophie asks. "Because it's real," Penn replies. "The idea of the seductive character in film, it's such a trope. I wanted to deconstruct that, to show how strange and technical it really is. It's not sexy when you're on set, surrounded by 30 people. It's choreography and trust." After 5 seasons, you wrapped earlier this year, closing the chapter on his infamous alter ego, Joe Goldberg. Now, Penn is shifting gears with the romantic comedy You Deserve Each Other. Co-starring Megan Fahey, it's a breath of fresh air, he says. "I wanted something light after Joe." Megan is an amazing comedic actress, and working with Anna Gasteyer and Kyle MacLachlan as my parents. That was a dream. They're legends. But nothing could have prepared him for the viral moment that came next, his now iconic dance through the Spirit Tunnel. On the Jennifer Hudson show, Penn says, laughing, "I didn't know there was a Spirit Tunnel. I walk out there and suddenly everyone's dancing. I hadn't heard the song, I didn't know the dance, and the camera woman is moving so slow that I'm just stuck in this awkward glide thinking, please let this end soon." He laughs at the memory now, admitting it couldn't have been more uncomfortable in the moment. But Jennifer was so warm, and the energy was great. That's what I loved, even though I was clueless. It was pure joy. That's the spirit of it. I just didn't know what I was doing. Sophie bursts out laughing. "You really couldn't tell," she says. "That's my job," Penn smirks. to pretend I know what I'm doing, even when I absolutely don't. From reluctant dancer to podcast philosopher, Penn Badgley continues to surprise fans. His journey from teen heartthrob to introspective creator is proof that reinvention can be as meaningful as it is entertaining. When asked what's next, he leans back and smiles. More honesty, more connection. I think that's the real goal, he says. The work, the writing, the family, it all comes back to being present. The fame part, the noise, it fades. But staying grounded, that's the part I care about. As the tea session wraps, Sophie raises her cup one last time. That was the tea, she says. Real, honest, and spilled in the best way. Penn nods. Yeah, and maybe next time I'll actually learn the dance first. With that, the conversation ends, not with gossip or flash, but with laughter, reflection, and a shared appreciation for growth. Because for Penn Badgley, it's never really been about being a star. It's about staying human, even when the world is watching.